You keep moving it off of video into camera.
I don't mean to.
Well,
It's not intentionally, no.
It's not intentional, like you were trying to just bang your mic on the floor to hurt my ears. Like that was intentional.
You're just gonna bitch at me.
Yeah, this is the theme song for Joy Bitches at John. This is the theme song for When Joy Bitches at John, formerly known as When Wife Gives You Lemons, but fuck John, he doesn't get any lemons anymore. No more lemons for John. John doesn't get any lemons anymore.
Welcome to, what the fuck did you just call it?
Did you already forget? Me too.
There was a long ass name. It was like, you're not giving me lemons, but it was like, fuck you, John, or something. I don't know what you did. I'd have to go back and listen again.
And then you'd forget before you... Alright, go. Go, speak.
Hi. You said it, you're all, hi, welcome to When Wife, formerly known as Wife Gives You Lemons. It's now Joy, is it you talk shit to John or something? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright, are we done?
Yeah.
Let's just make it a minute long podcast.
Alright, thanks for listening. Like, clips, and subscribe. I think we got you out of your driveway. Have a great day.
Oh, boo-boo!
You know, I don't even know. Do you think anybody even listens to this?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it now.
Whoa.
Do you have any notes?
Yeah, but I didn't write them down. So it means I don't have them. I remember there was something that happened and I was with Jamie and I was like, I know. So, his dog, Ralph Von Kroger.
Ralph Von Kroger.
Ralph Von Kroger from the Lickenbite family.
Uh-huh.
You know, he likes to cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he cruised down the street and had himself a chicken dinner.
Oh, no!
So, a couple of them, we have a couple streets away from Jamie, our friend Jamie's house. There's a couple of, there's a house on the corner that has a lot of chickens. Well, these chickens get out a lot.
It's not even a house, it's just a...
Yeah, it's a field. And these chickens get out a lot and they're wandering that little street area, which means one of them probably wandered up a little too far and Von Kroger was out and he's like, oh yeah.
It's all the Lickenbite clan.
You know, he's like, I fucked that thing up. Like, it makes you wonder, like, are they just sitting there? It's kind of like how bullies are, right? They're like, I'm going to fuck that thing up. I'm going to go fuck with that guy.
Well, it's just like every time I take Franny for a walk and she sees a bird, she's just like, I gotta get that bird.
She's like, if you let me, I'd kill that bird.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play with it in my mouth. Feel it die. And then I'll let it go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go find another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So little Frances got fixed.
Oh, I had to leave her.
We dropped her off at the shelter. Back away, we picked her up. Or Joy did. And she probably was like, fuck, I'm back here again. The smells probably all came back. And she was like, I'll never shit in the house again.
I'm sorry. I'll be good, girl. Oh.
And then they stabbed her and and I picked her up. So I looked like the hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. She
But you're also a dick too, because I was like, okay, how is she? And you were like, oh my god, I forgot to pick up Franny. And I was like, what the fuck?
They closed at 5 and it was like 4:30. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go.
And like all day I've been worried. I didn't sleep a fucking wink. I was so worried about her, and oh my god.
You know, they've been doing that stuff for a while. It's pretty easy.
I know, but see, the other dogs, like, they weren't ours yet. You know what I mean? Like Farley.
Farley got fixed when we picked him up. He was fixed.
I know, but he didn't live with us yet. Like, we loved him.
Sure.
But,
okay,
like, Franny's been in our house for over a month.
Right.
And then we had to take her and get her fixed. Like, even Gilly. Like, we got Gilly, and then I drove her home.
Right. That's true.
Bitsy was our...
Gilly wasn't even out of a coma yet.
No, they threw her in the...
Which is fucked up, which is probably why she's so terrified of everything.
No, there's a lot of reasons. Because, like, even when that lady was trying to pull her out with the leash, and this poor Gilly.
She just had a tough start.
Gimbly bimbly.
But she knows, she gets a lot of love here. She's a big baby.
She is a big baby. She puts her head on you and pushes so hard.
Yeah, I call her my big baby.
She's just a baby.
So, yeah, and Franny's got a sweater to keep her from getting her stitches, a little PJs. And
she's got a sweater and she's got her donut, so.
Yep. Yeah. And then what else is new? We've been super full speed ahead. We're going to be full speed and probably until June at this point.
Yeah.
At the end of June, we'll slow down. At the end of 4th of July, we'll slow down a little bit.
Yep. Joy's birthday, my birthday, we're not doing anything. Yep. I just want to lay there for like 30 minutes and then I'll be bored.
I wanna lay here.
Would you lie with me? Were we singing the same song? No, we weren't. So. Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Sometimes most of the time we don't.
No, I was just changing words to a song.
Do you have any other notes?
I did, and it sucks because I can't remember.
So the other day the Amazon driver comes by and he drops off this sliding glass dog door.
Yeah, so.
And John was like, hey dude, like, I think this is the wrong house. Like, and then
I see the label.
And then we see the label and it's
our son.
Our oldest son, Tyler. And John's like, never mind. I guess my kid has a dog.
Right, so then he gets home, and I go, hey, you got a doggy door out there. He was cool. I go,
no, I did. I go, wait. Do you have a dog?
Yeah. I go, there's a doggy door out there. Oh, yeah, I have a dog. We're like, what? He's all, yeah, you know, I mean, you kind of knew. I mean, she stays up at the shelter, you know, because you didn't want an extra dog here. Basically. And I'm like, well, so you've had a dog for a year?
Yeah.
That we haven't met?
No.
That's fucking crazy.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, like, and then we're like, dude, he went and got baptized. We didn't know about it. And we're like, dude, you
found out on Instagram.
We may not be our thing, but, you know, at least tell us. It's a big moment in your life. For him, it's a big moment. And it's like, you didn't tell us. Oh, I told Joy.
No, he didn't.
Dude, he tried to dime you so hard.
I know, and I was like, no, because I know for a fact that would have been mentioned immediately.
Oh, yeah, because you're like, oh, I got to tell somebody. Trauma. So then last week I smashed my face, so I got a couple of black eyes. You can't really tell.
It actually looks pretty good.
It's going away pretty fast.
It's swollen right here, though.
Yeah, both my eye, or one eye was super black, one was half black. I smashed my nose. They said it's not broken, but I can still put my finger in it and feel things go.
Okay.
Like I can move my nose all over. It's pretty cool.
We'll move it back to where it needs to be then.
It won't stay there. It's like playing with a piece of rubber.
So, yeah.
There's nothing supporting it. It's just all. I can't pick my nose because the entire inside of my nose is a scab.
Oh.
Like all the way around, all the way up on both sides. And this one is like the septum's totally destroyed basically now. And so I can't even hardly breathe out of the thing. It's fucked up. They're all, dude, yeah, your nose isn't broken. I'm like, I can breathe around a fucking corner. I'm like, I'm freaking serious. I can see like an S-turn in my nose that wasn't there this morning. But you're telling me it's not broken. I don't understand that. I totally had the B squad.
You always get the B squad.
You know why? Because I go to the urgent care up here, the Kaiser urgent care. This is like the B squad place.
I went there too. You've got to stop fucking with the mic. You're so loud.
Sorry. It's hard for me.
I know.
I'm a diddler.
I know. I'm going to have to get you a fucking fidget spinner or something.
A diddler?
So you can diddle with that. I went when I hurt my ankle. And I knew. I was like, this is a waste of time. This is a fucking waste of time.
Oh, yeah. So, oh, yeah. They're like, hey, you're fine. Just, well, you'll get something from ear, nose, and throat. And I'm like, dude, something. And they called me today.
So, okay. So, the other day, Brody was, we all have bad days. We all wake up grumpy every once in a while. So I'm
waiting for this one.
I went to wake him up the other day, and I was like, dude, you got to get in the shower. You got to get in the shower. And he was like, I just want to stay home. And I was like, no, you've got to fucking get in the shower. I was like, you need your grades up. So I'm sorry. So I'm getting ready for work, and I'm doing my makeup, and he comes into the room. And he looks straight at me, he goes, you're just like Grandma. And then turns around and walks and gets in the shower. And I fucking laughed. I had to wait until the shower started, but I was like, holy shit, man.
Like he was looking to hurt.
Like
he came in like with purpose, right?
He's so good. And then he messaged me.
It's on. No, you message. It's on text.
He messages me, and he goes, Imagine that the person you always say is a narcissist and gaslights people is exactly like you, Grandma Point 2. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've never said...
Did you go baby point 3?
No, I should have.
That's
And
what
I go, I've never said Grandma was a narcissist. And I was trying to be funny. I go, or gas lamping me. And I go, so I'm trying to think of something. I go, you're exactly like Pluto. And he goes, why? Because I'm fat? And I go, no, because you're the opposite of goofy.
That's funny. Did he laugh?
No.
He wanted to.
Because here's the thing. With Caleb, I screamed. I screamed a lot with Caleb. And we fought a lot.
You guys fought a lot.
And I can't.
You guys scared me at times. Like, I was like, dude, I'm going to have to fucking peel them both apart. They're going to, like, throw blows.
And I can't do it again. So now I've decided with and you fuck them up any way you fucking go. So this time around, I'm going to be funny. I'm just fucking. So I was like, dude, I go, I get it. Your hormones are fucking out of whack right now. I go, your pee-pee probably grew an inch last night. And he was like, don't talk about my pee-pee.
I'm 13. I got 3 pubes on there.
Like.
He's going to be mad at me for saying that because you know he'd listen to everything.
So, yeah.
He listens to everything.
Yeah, so. And then Brody, so he's watching this show, and so they're releasing episodes every week, and he's like so upset about it. And
because it's only once a week.
Yeah, and he's like, I have to wait a whole week, and then John and I fucking died laughing.
You used to live that life.
Fuck, and like you'd have to pee during commercial break, and you'd be
it's
on.
If you missed that episode, you didn't get to go back and watch it again.
Unless
you had to wait till
it
reran like after the season.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe like super like 3 a.m. You're like, oh my god, there it is.
Yeah. And then so Caleb has decided he now wants to go by Ace. Because he's the Ace of Hearts. And I go, Caleb, I'm going to tell you something right now. If some guy, girl, anything came up to me and was like, my name's Ace, because I'm the Ace of Hearts, I go, I would never lay you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just...
I would immediately call you an ace-hole.
I would, yeah. I do. I call him Ace-hole. So he decided to go get his name changed on his badge at Magic Mountain.
To Ace?
To Ace. And they messed it up the first time. He was like Caleb or something. Caleb. That's what I was trying. So he gets in the car and he's like, Mom, I changed my name on my thing for Magic Mountain and they spelled it wrong. And I was like...
The fact that they can't even spell the 3 letters right is fantastic.
How the fuck did they spell Ace wrong? And he said they spelled it A-C-C, so I'm Ack. And I was like, it's okay, Caleb, it's just an accident.
Did he laugh?
He did, and then I was like, actually, I go, I kind of like Ack better than Ace anyway. And I go, Ack is more like, what? Your name's Ack? Like, huh? Like, that's more than Ace. Shoot up. Because I don't know, every time he says Ace, I don't know why I'm like, shoot up.
I know, I do stuff like that too, I get it.
Okay.
See, every time he says Ace, I think of the freaking, there's a No Use for a Name song that they cover a song and that they do a little kiss thing at the end, and one of the guys' name is Ace Frehley. Anyway.
Well,
that's what I always think, is that song hits my brain.
Dr. Hong Kong used to be Ace too.
That's right. That was his nickname.
That was his nickname.
That's right. And then it wasn't his daughter. Didn't they call her Ace or something in freaking like volleyball or something?
So I don't know that
that little. But it was the snobby one, right? The little snobby kid.
Yeah.
That one was such a little bitch. Like
Stop!
I don't mean it in a bad way. She was just snobby. Look, she was.
They never listen. Oh, they don't. But anyway.
Dude, look. I worked at the school she went to. And I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's her. I remember her when she was a little girl. Oh, cool. I see her. Don't talk to me. She's like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Like, I could see it in her face. Like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. So I just walked by like because I'm just a little white trash. custodian, maintenance guy.
Stop cleaning
Listen.
that. Stop cleaning that. No, don't shush me.
Don't shush me back.
I didn't. Don't shush me.
Shh.
So then, the only thing I have left, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this story.
Without laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, please do.
Oh, you know it. I was dying the other day about it. So my friend called or texted me, and she was like, "Holy shit. I'm in line behind one of our friends' cheating ex-husband with his new girlfriend." And I go, "You should kick him." And then I go, "Wait, you should pretend to trip and hit him in the back of the head like you did that guy in the belly room."
Oh, right. His belly room
And
is
it
a
reminded
comedy
me.
store room.
Okay, so the Comedy Store has 3 rooms, and they have one, and it's called the belly room, and it's on the very top. And if you guys have ever watched Roast Battle,
That's the room it was in.
that's the room it was in. And okay, so it's not a mezzanine, but it's kind of a mezzanine, and it's where the judges would sit during the roast battle. So you go up the stairs, and there's the main part where people sit to watch comedy, and then there's like a part on the side that's like it's higher, and you can sit behind like a wall, kind of with like a cutout. So the thing is, though, it has a step down, and she either forgot or didn't know that
Well, and it's black in the
and
room.
it's super dark
and
because
dark.
comedy was happening at this moment. So she goes and
She misses the step.
she misses the step, and when she's falling, for some reason, she clenches her hand into a fist, and I cannot explain how hard she slugged the back of this guy's head.
Like you heard the
Oh
thud.
my gosh, she hit the back of his head. Like she felt like a heavyweight knockout. Just fucking slammed her in the head. And then while she's falling, so her arm goes, hits him in the back of the head, keeps going, and as she's falling, her elbow goes in the guy's rib cage.
So she fucked this guy up.
She beat the fucking shit out
How
of
did
this
he
guy.
react?
Well, here's the thing. He's all, "What the fuck?" And he turns around, and there's nobody there because she's on the floor.
And he just sees you laughing.
And I'm way behind.
Okay.
So there's nobody. So this dude just got the fuck beat out of him by a fucking...
See, he thinks he got beat up by a ghost, and of course the belly room is supposed to be one of the haunted rooms in the freaking Comedy Store, which is super funny.
And I can't... Oh my god.
Did she get up and like?
Well, she had to use his chair to get up.
So that's when he finally figured her out.
But he couldn't figure out why this random Canadian chick kept
Was
saying,
late.
"I'm sorry," just beat the ever-loving shit out of him. And I know this isn't as funny to any of you guys as it is to me.
Didn't you set your tray on someone's head one night?
It was... Yes. There's a couple things I've done at the comedy. But the best part about working at the Comedy Store is if you do something horrible, they just think you're fucking around. Like, people who work at Dick's and they're mean
Right.
to you. So, one point... And they let me... With a tray. You should never give me food and a tray and sauce. So many people left wearing ranch because of me. It's just, that's... Ugh. So, I had my tray, and some guy called me, so I turned around and I hit the back of this bald man's head with my tray hard. And my immediate reaction was to grab the back of his head and squeeze it like a basketball. Now, I've been massaging a very long time. My hands are very strong.
Yeah, I don't let her give me hand jobs.
No, I would break your dick.
She ripped
So,
my dick skin off.
but I'm like squeezing his head and I'm going, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then I go, oh my god. And I took my hand off and he had a fucking handprint on his head. And I was like, what am I doing? And then I just walked away. No, I said, welcome to the world famous Comedy Store. And I walked away because I was like, oh my god.
He's like, oh, that was a weird part of the show.
So then another time I had like 20 pounds of chicken tenders and I went and I'm putting them down on the table and I'm like, man, this is really light. Well, my dumbass set the tray on this man's very, very beautiful afro.
That he probably worked on
It was
an hour
so-
to pick that thing out.
And I look down and I go, oh my God. And I go, was my tray just on your afro? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I just figured it was part of the Comedy Store experience. And I go, no, I'm just a fucking asshole. Like,
He probably laughed, right?
he did. But I was like, oh my God. And then I'm
That's
sure, yeah, and I'm sure I've told these stories before, but I was talking to someone today, and he was asking me about comedy, and I was like, you know, like in the beginning when you're doing comedy, you always go for the shock factor. Like, you know, kids talk about masturbating, which I'm like, fuck, I don't need to know any more masturbation in my life. My house is already sticky. So, you know, and then you kind of go into like the low-hanging fruit, and then you start talking about your life. And he was like, oh, that fucking makes sense. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, what about life? And I go, you know, I was like, most people who do comedy had a pretty crazy childhood.
Had
So
trauma or something.
Right. And I go, and you can tell if you are going to be a comedian or not is by when you're telling people stories about your childhood, and instead of them laughing with you or volleying back with a better story, they look at you like in horror, like they want to give you a hug. And I was like my mom used to pretend to die all the time. And, you know, she would like throw pots and pans on the floor, and me and Adam would run in.
So much so that when she had her stroke, your dad was like, stop fucking around,
Yeah.
Robin. Get up.
He
Oh,
did.
shit, I think she's fucked up.
And then my dad in the
You're like,
hospital.
okay.
Because she did it a lot. Like, my brother and I would be crying, mom's dead on the floor, and then she'd be, just kidding, stupid fuckers.
That's so
And
fucked up.
So,
That's really fucked up.
when my mom had her stroke, my dad was, for like 5 minutes, was like, knock it off, Robin, fucking knock it off. So in the hospital, my dad came up to me and he was like, she could have died. She could have died because I thought she was fucking around. And I'm like, okay, I love my mom. My mom is like my number one person in the world. I fucking love my mom. I was like, but also, she's kind of like the mom who cried stroke too many fucking times.
And it almost cost her.
And I was telling him that joke, and he was like, have you ever told that joke on stage? And I was like, no, I've never fucking talked about that on stage. And
You
he's
should.
like, you should.
That's the stuff you should talk about.
And
I've always
then-
said that. You tell your freaking, if you figure out and mold the field trip story, oh my God, that's 5 minutes all by itself, at least. If you work that out, that is 5 minutes of solid comedy. Solid.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this story that I told, because I don't.
I've known you, but just the way it happens. You have a dad who says, "Well, I'll chaperone."
Which
Well,
he's
I'm
never.
I'm not getting on the bus with all these people and the kids. I'll drive myself. I'll meet you guys there. Joy, you're coming with me. But Dad, I want to ride the bus with my friends. No, you come with me. So then you go down. You take this whole drive. You get there. Your bus isn't there. Your dad's like, hey, we're supposed to be here. And they're like, no, we don't have it. Well, we're supposed to be here. Our bus isn't here yet. Well, we're still going to wait. Okay.
We're super late.
And then the security walks away and your dad sneaks you
No,
guys
security
in.
guards change.
They change. Your dad sneaks you guys in, and then you go through this thing, and then you go back the next day at school, and they're like, oh my God, where the fuck were you, Joy? We thought you died. And you're like, oh my God, where the fuck were you guys? And they're like, we went to the planetarium. You went to the fucking...
No, we went to the planetarium. They went to the exploratorium. That's right.
So they didn't... Your dad took you to chaperone a fucking field trip and didn't even show up because you went to the wrong fucking place.
Yeah.
That is comedy. If you mold that is fucking comedy.
Oh, so
That's the real shit. That's the shit that makes people laugh because that's the relatable stupid shit.
right.
Your dad pulled into someone's fucking driveway, and your dad and your brother were like, "Hey, do you know Joy? She's in the back seat. She fucking likes you." This is your fucking dad traumatizing you like that. That's fucked. That's fucked. That's comedy.
That's trauma.
It's comedy and trauma. I'm just saying.
I also told him about the time that I stun gunned myself at Fresno State, and he was like, "This is true," and I'm like, "It's fucking."
Speaking of that, this video came across my algorithm. You know how fucked up my algorithm is.
Yes.
Right. So this algorithm, this lady comes on the screen, and she's a bigger lady, but she's dancing around and she's like videoing herself, right? I don't know, and she's holding. I didn't have it turned up the first time, so I didn't know until the end. But the second time I turned it up, so she's holding something, and the title says, "Not everything is a play toy." And she's dancing around the music, and she jumps down on her bed, and she flies her legs open, and she hits the light, and she hits. It's a fucking taser, and she accidentally she aims at it. She don't think she realized what was gonna happen, and she tasered her puss out for like 5 seconds. I saw it. That was my algorithm. How you like that? Why are you speechless?
Ow.
Well, I didn't do it.
I got my wrist and it hurt.
It was stuck there too. She's done. And of course the comments were amazing. That's what I went for, was the comments.
Right. Everybody runs to the comments.
Oh my God, it was the best. It was like, anybody want a fish fry? And then I could just go on and say, I don't want to, it's gross. But it's fantastic. I got the worst algorithm in the world.
You really do.
Actually,
It's people getting beat up, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with it? Like, mine's all puppies.
Well, no, mine's really fucked up because it'll tease you. It'll be like, oh, that's a cute one and funny one and a puppy, and then it'll be like, oh my God, who was that?
Like that one, oh my God, last night I rolled over and I opened my eyes and like the lady fell and was doing the splits or something. I was like, what the
She was
fuck?
lifting weights or
Yo,
something. Did the splits.
Oh, I'm like, no, like I worry because normally, because the porn, holy shit.
Come on.
Oh.
That was easy. Low-hanging fruit was funny.
Okay, but this all reminded me because I was just about to say, like, normally when a woman is, asleep at night and she rolls over and sees her husband, man, on his phone, she worries it's porn. No, mine is just John watching people get beat up. But then it triggered, so I talked to my dad on the phone the other night. And my dad was telling...
We need to, tell your dad certain times of day and days and certain days because you need 24 hours to recover from every conversation you have with your father. I'm not joking. I'm telling you. You talk to your dad. For every 10 minutes you talk to your dad, you need 24 hours of recovery.
So... I'm still fucked up. But, okay, I'm not even going to...
This was 36 hours ago.
I'm not going to explain why it fucked. I don't even want to go into it. But my mom and dad hopefully maybe are going to sell their hoarder house, which is amazing because then me and my brother won't have to deal with anything. And he was like, well, Sissy, whatever you want, you and Adam. And I go, Dad, there's only two things I want. I want the red chandelier and I want the potpourri dragon, which is cool. It's a ceramic dragon with like a pot, and you put potpourri and water in it, and when it boils, steam comes out of his nose. I don't know why I like him, but I like him, and that's all I want. And my dad's like,
all I want for Christmas is a little dragon thing that blows you out of his nose.
My dad goes, well, I know there's one more thing that you really want. And I go, what? And he goes, and I'm going to find it. And I go, okay. And he goes, I want to find your high school graduation speech.
Oh, this is comedy too? This is fucking pure comedy.
And I go, Dad, we have my high school graduation speech, and it was recorded over with porn. And he goes, no, it wasn't. And I go, Dad. And then I can't wait because you did not hear. I
heard the whole story.
But you didn't hear my dad's responses.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, and he goes, no. And I go, Dad, you see little tiny Joy in her cap and gown walk on stage, and she goes, today we are going, and I go, and then some bitch gets on stage and goes, oh my God, I'm coming. And I was like, bitch, we just left. And my dad's all, and I'm all
like laughing about it.
And I go, it's not funny.
Trauma.
I go,
fucking trauma.
I go, it's funny, but it's not funny. And then my dad goes, well, I'm sorry.
I mean, you could almost go on with these stories. You could almost sit with Ryan Sickler and do a honeydew with him, and he wouldn't probably be able to talk with all these stories. He'd be laughing to her because this is ridiculous.
I go, and then I go, and he's like, but no, And then because my dad can never be wrong. And he's like, no. And then he goes, well, I know. I recorded it like 3 times. I had like 3 VHSs. And I go, Dad, you have 1 camcorder. You didn't rewind, record it again, rewind, record. You can't, like,
You didn't have a dual VHS thing.
I was like, this is not.
What you're telling me is impossible.
Yes. And I was like, just stop. Like, if he would have just stopped at I'm sorry, and I was like, why are
He
you
just kept, let's see, yeah, if he would have stayed, stopped at you're sorry, you probably would have laughed it off. Now you got to deal with that trauma. So.
And then he goes, well, I'm going to find it. And I go, well, have fun watching porn.
That is a fantastic work. These are what you need to work to make you fucking good. That's the shit that makes fun.
Shit.
That shit's funny.
Oh my God. But it's the first time I've ever confronted my dad over him recording over I did the high school graduation speech and my dad recorded over it with porn. And so
You
but
did a high school graduation speech. The girl who says, "This is our lives. We're moving on," and then some chicks just getting banged.
yeah. So yeah.
So that happened. This is
But
real
the
life.
fact that he was like, I know one more thing that you want, and you know what?
You're like, nah, you keep it.
No, I kind of want it.
Oh my
I
God.
kind of want my high school graduation speech, and it
You
really
should've told
is.
him, I want it when you find it.
It really is little me, and I seriously only say like 1 sentence, and then it cuts to porn. Like, I mean, it couldn't have been edited by
This is so
Hollywood.
good, I gotta hurry up and hit the record button. Fuck, what's in there? I don't give a shit. Just
Like-
get this shit recorded. This is never gonna be on again.
And I mean, like,
Come on,
we
man.
all know, like, my dad has recorded over Easter. My dad has recorded over
With
Christmas.
porn?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this isn't like the first occurrence.
No.
So that was the best one.
Yeah.
But there was many.
Oh yeah, there's like little Joy and Adam opening their Christmas presents.
Here's your
and,
main
oh,
present.
oh, and I'm like,
Here's
what
your main present. Here's this big dick, baby.
Pizza Man's here. We forgot about pizza for Christmas? I don't remember the Pizza Man. Why did our pipes break during Christmas?
That guy doesn't look like he lives here. What the hell's he doing to her?
Their house is really clean. This is not our house.
Yeah, this is an alternate reality.
So yeah, you know what? I actually do, Dad. I really do want that tape because
that's trauma you want to have with you
I
forever.
do. All right.
I realize I had stuff like that. I probably do, but I just don't. It's all buried somewhere in there. But
I have so much stuff.
that's the stuff that makes it special, right there. That's because you know why? Because people relate. I'm not saying there are people out there who.
No, you're right.
We have 42 listeners, and I'm telling you, 3 of them have.
Well,
that same.
I know for a fact.
Maybe 4.
Like people in my age group, you know, the 40s, early 40s.
You're 40.
Like people in their early 40s. Like I know, I've talked to a lot of women, and just people I know. Dads are porn addicts. Like I know a lot of people who like
70s,
my age.
70. Dude, my dad. Listen, I can tell you when I was a little kid and I found my dad's stack of fucking Playboys, my little Peter was all stiffed up.
No, my dad had porn everywhere.
Yeah, see, but I found where they were and I just take them
My
in the
dad didn't
bathroom
hide
and stare
them.
at them.
My dad.
Well, my dad just put them under the edge of his bed. It wasn't like they're fucking hidden.
My parents used to let me eat their sex gel. It was.
We've talked about that on the podcast.
It was mint. It had Karma Sutra people on it having sex. It was in a little green jar.
You know what's really fucked up?
Huh.
I can picture that. I think I've seen that
I'm
fucking jar because my parents probably had the same fucking jar.
And I would be like, can I have a piece of your mint jelly? And they'd be like, yeah. They're fucking laughing at me and I'm fucking eating their sex jar.
Can I put this on toast? Sure.
She's so fucking stupid. I thought she
Should
was...
we let her eat? Should we let our little daughter eat the sex lube? I mean, it's not gonna hurt her. Yeah, but I mean, but your dirty hands are in it.
No.
Trauma.
No. They never
Trauma.
They never used
Trauma.
it. They never used it. They never used it.
Can't get that taste out of your mouth now.
I can taste it. I can taste it. I'm holding the jar.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, and then cleaning. I would clean my parents' room every Valentine's Day.
Right.
That's what I would do all the laundry, and my parents, their laundry. Oh my God, I have a really weird trauma with laundry, by the way. But I would do all of their laundry, and I would put it away.
Right.
And if you guys knew me, I hate putting laundry away. It is I hate it. And I would clean their room, and while cleaning their room, that's when I found out that I thought you were ended. Hurry,
Yeah,
cut it.
Go, no.
No, that's when I found out my dad had been married before. I found his annulment papers, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then that was the first time I cleaned their room, and I was like, fucking, I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm gonna fucking keep finding
There's
shit.
fucking weird treasures in here.
But I
needed
needed but it was every Valentine's Day because I needed a year to process everything.
My trauma had to settle.
My trauma
I knew there was a new level, a new chapter of trauma coming, so I had to make sure I took care of that.
I needed the trauma. I needed to process the trauma. And then I also found a picture of a little girl, and I was like, fuck, what the fuck, dude?
Do I have a fucking sister I don't know about?
But apparently it was my dad's first wife's kid. And
so he had a stepkid.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Yes, if he was married.
But not for very long. They weren't married.
Doesn't matter. If you're married, you technically become a step-parent.
I guess, but that's like saying that Justin was Tyler's stepdad for a while, and that,
Well,
no.
Technically it would be, but he wasn't around.
And he even said it once, too, when he came to visit you, and he said, yeah, I was Tyler's stepdad, and I was like, ew.
Not
No. No.
Maybe by paper, but not for real.
And then, the way my mom found out that my dad had been married before is when my dad brought her in, and he was like, hey, we just got married, because they eloped, because they were pregnant with me. Their anniversary is June 6th, the day after Tyler's wedding, and I'm July 14th, so I was really, really there. And my grandpa goes, well, she's prettier than the first one. My mom's like, you were married before? And that is when I found...
Should I say I do?
Right?
How did I not know this?
Well, somebody asked me too, because, I like telling the story of how you and I, got together.
Right.
And, and especially now that you tell it to the younger generation and they call you a groomer, which is fucking fantastic to me.
Maybe.
And I cannot wait to say that shit on stage. But
it's not as good.
Somebody asked me, how did your parents meet? And I was like, I really don't want to tell this story.
About how your parents met?
Yeah. And I was like, I really don't want to tell this story. And they're like, what? And I was like, it's pretty fucked up. And they're like, okay. So my mom and her sisters, my mom has 6 sisters. There's 7 girls, 2 boys in my mom and dad's family. And my mom was playing softball with a bunch of her sisters and friends. And my dad drove up in his car, walked up to my mom and said, you're not wearing a bra. I'm going to rape you. And my mom said, you can't rape the willing. And
Bang.
I was conceived.
You were conceived out of a threat of rape.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
And they were all, the person I told, they go, yeah, I kind of wish you wouldn't have told me the story. I was like, I fucking told you.
That's fucked up. I think the highlight of my parents' first date was my dad driving to my grandma's or to pick up my mom, his future wife, and he's fucking hauling ass and he's cutting everybody off and he pulls in the driveway. I made it. And then a car pulls in behind him. It's my grandpa. He ain't going out, that son of a bitch. And then I think your grandpa was there.
Yeah.
And your grandpa was like, yeah, let's go beat his ass. Your grandpa and my grandpa were going to go beat my dad's ass, and then 70 million years later, we're all still tight. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, also on my dad's very first date, which I actually put this in one of the stories I wrote, short stories, which I want to make into a bigger story, is...
You put the rape thing in a...
No. My dad's first date, not my mom. And you know what? They may have been dating a while, and that's I'm gonna say that.
Maybe they had hooked up before.
Yeah,
that.
let's. I'm gonna give it that because that makes me feel better about my parents. But my dad, in his first date, he's going out with a girl and he's trying to be like super suave with this girl, and he has a milkshake and she says something and he really likes this girl, so he starts laughing and he laughs and he puts his head down and the straw to his milkshake went up his nose and sliced the inside
Oh my
of his
God,
nose
that hurts so
open,
bad.
and he just poured blood out.
That hurts so bad. Oh, that hurt so bad.
Yeah. Do you have any embarrassing stories?
I have tons, but not tonight.
Okay. All right.
Another day, I'll share more of my trauma another day.
Trauma bonding. We'll trauma bond.
Yeah. I mean, I got some that I leave with the therapist, but I could put some out.
Yeah. Some of them.
Some of them don't need to see the light of day. Other than that,
No,
the
it's
room.
fine. No. All right.
Only in the rubber room.
You know what?
Lick it, click it, subscribe it.
I know you guys are listening.
All
And I'm gonna
47.
rape ya.
Because we know you're fucking willing.
Goodbye.
Good day, bitches.